Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and hope you all are doing well. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to make this yummy, flaky and delicious corned beef pie. So if you love to see how I make mine, then please stay tuned and keep watching. For the pie filling, I'll be needing 1 large potato, 1 medium-sized carrot and 1 medium-sized onion bulb. I'll begin by peeling the potatoes and carrots. Once I'm done, I'll go ahead and chop them into little bits. If you're new to my channel, you're highly welcome to Tasty City, and to my old and new subscribers, thank you all so much for the love and support. I truly appreciate. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and click on the red subscribe button and also turn on your notification post. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And please do not forget to click on the like button to support your girl. Thank you. Alright, so at this stage, I'm done with the potato and now I'm just going to begin with the carrot. Once I'm done chopping the carrot, I'll proceed to chop the onion as well. Alright, so now I have my potato, I have my carrot and onion all diced up and ready to go. Next with me here is my corned beef. You can use any brand of corned beef of your choice. What I'm going to do now is just go ahead and crumble the corned beef just like this. And once I'm done, we're going to proceed to make our pie filling. So now in a clean dry pan, I'll go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You can use any oil of your choice. Once that heats up, I'll pour in my chopped onion and let it fry for about 3 minutes or until it is fragrant or translucent. So moving ahead, I'm going to be adding some spices and I've just added some dried thyme. I'll add some white pepper powder and some nutmeg powder. And this is all you need to season this pie filling. Please, no salt or seasoning cubes is required, okay? Because the corned beef itself is already well salted, and if you add more salt or seasoning cubes to this, trust me, your corned beef pie will turn out to be very salty, and I'm sure you don't want that, okay? So I've just added the carrots and potatoes as well. I'm going to go ahead and give it a good stir. Once I'm done, I'll add some water to cook. So at this stage, I added about ½ cup of water. Next, I gave it a good stir, then allowed to cook on a very low heat for about 3 minutes. Okay, so after 3 minutes of cooking on a very low heat, next I went ahead to add a tablespoon of flour to help us bind the filling, but I'm sorry, I lost that clip, okay? So all you need to do is to add a tablespoon of flour and this will help to bind the filling. So at this stage, I'm just adding in the corned beef and I'm going to mix that well to combine. Once I have everything well combined, I'm going to set this off the heat. Now, you don't want to overcook this at this stage because the corned beef is already cooked. And remember, we are still going to bake this further in the oven, okay? Once the corned beef is well combined with the potato carrot mix, immediately turn off the heat, then set aside or transfer into a bowl and allow to cool down completely. So next, it is time to make the dough. In a bowl, I have some all-purpose flour. To that, I'll add some baking powder, some nutmeg powder, and a pinch of salt. Once I'm done, I'll mix everything together until it is well incorporated into the flour. So for this recipe, I'm using margarine. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop in 250 grams of margarine in here. You can use butter, but if your butter is salted, then please skip the pinch of salt I added in the flour mix, okay? And once you have the margarine or butter, whichever one you're using, in the flour, you're gonna go ahead and work the two together until it is crumbly. At this stage, our flour is crumbly and ready to accept the next ingredient. So next, I'll go ahead now and make a well in the middle. I'll crack in 1 large egg, and I'll also pour in a 1/4 cup of evaporated milk. For the water, I'll go in bit by bit until I get the perfect consistency of dough I'm going for. So the egg and the evaporated milk will add richness to our dough, but however, you can skip the egg if you don't want or like egg in your dough, okay? So it is totally optional. So for the water, like I said, I'm going to be adding that bit by bit until I get the perfect consistency of dough I'm going for. And please be sure not to overwork the dough, okay? And once our dough comes together, I'm going to go ahead and divide them into 2 equal parts. I'll wrap them up in a cling film and let them chill a bit in the fridge before we get on with the making of our pie. So now that we are ready to make our pie, I'm going to line my baking tray with some parchment paper. You can also grease your baking pan with some butter if you don't have parchment paper, okay? Next, I'm going to go ahead and beat 1 large egg, and we're going to be using this to egg wash our pie. All right, so I took out one of the dough from the fridge. So while I work with this one, I'm leaving the other one to continue chilling in the fridge because I don't want to bring out the bones, and the other one will come to room temperature, okay? So I've just cut the dough now into 4. I'm going to set 3 aside while I work with 1. I'm going to sprinkle my work surface with some flour because I don't want the dough to stick on my work surface. All right, so once that is done, I'm going to go ahead with the help of a rolling pin. I'm going to roll out the dough. Please be sure not to over roll the dough because you don't want it to be too flat, okay? And then once that is done, we're going to be cutting out the dough with a round you can use a meat pie cutter to cut out a round shape. You can use a bowl, or you can use the cover of a small pot, whichever one you have available, okay? Yeah, so I think I went for about 2 or 2.5 inch thickness thereabout because I didn't want mine to be too flat or too thin. So at this stage, I'm going to go ahead and cut out a round shape or circle with this bowl. Like I said earlier, you can use a meat pie cutter or the cover of a small pot, okay? Once that is done, go ahead and trim up the excess and then gently lift up the bowl just like this. Next, you're going to go ahead and scoop in your corned beef filling, and be sure not to overfill, okay, so that you'll be able to seal the pie properly. Once that is done, I went ahead to brush the edges with the egg wash. Next, you're going to flip it over, and I used my fingertips to seal the pie, but you can also use a fork, okay? And that is done. So transfer this to your baking pan and then repeat the process with the remaining. Once that is done, we're going to go ahead and egg wash our pie. Once that is done, we're going to poke with a fork so that the the steam can escape during the baking process, okay? We are going to be baking this pie in a preheated 180 degrees Celsius oven for about 25 to 30 minutes thereabouts. This is the second tray of our corned beef pie. So in total, I got about 11 pies. And voila, our corned beef pies are out from the oven. They tasted so delicious. It was super flaky, so juicy in the inside, so yummy and delicious. I hope you give this recipe a try and let me know how it turned out for you. And if you like this video, please go ahead and click the like button, subscribe if you're not yet already, and I will see you next time with something delicious. Until then, enjoy and bye for now.